video was taken, it was October, and our kindergarten in Pushkotov, which is the bigger one that we have, consisting of around 80 children every single day, was closed for 2 weeks because there was a measles outbreak in Pushkotov, and in order for us to prevent the virus spreading, we thought that it was the best idea was to close the kindergarten for a bit until the children were vaccinated. We had our health coordinator and other people from our center liaise with the hospital in Pushkotov to get the children vaccinated and everything. And after that was taken care of, then we continued with the activities. But this video consists of Arta, one of the educators of the kindergarten, who is right here with us today. And she went to our other kindergarten in Yanyeva, and where the children were attending the kindergarten on a daily basis. So the kindergarten in Yanyeva, we started with the activities for 3 days per week, and the number has now gone to over 50, and we are even thinking to start the activities in 2 shifts because the educator in Yanyeva says that she is having a hard time managing around 50 children every day. So hopefully in the near future we'll be able to have a kindergarten in Yanyeva in 2 shifts as well. But now just let you enjoy the next video about the game.
The older children have been sorted out, but what about the little ones? The parents realised the importance of early education and they were enthusiastic about founding a kindergarten. There are now 2 kindergartens established by the Ideas Partnership. One on the ground floor of the centre in Fusha Kosova and another in the multi-ethnic community in Yanyeva. 5-year-old Medina walks down the main road in Yanyeva to the nursery with her mother. She says her favourite things about going to kindergarten are playing with the other children and learning letters. As is typical in the Eastern European culture, before joining the other children, Medina removes her shoes at the door. Arta Terstina is one of the kindergarten teachers, and she describes a typical day for the children.
We gathered here in the class and try to sing the songs and to make some physical exercises like yoga and things. And then they asked me what we will do today, and we start to learn a letter or to learn a new history from our books. We learned about the seasons. Now we are in autumn, then we try to know how the leaves have their colors, that they change from the summer into autumn. We talk about our clothes, how we change now. We don't dress the dresses and the short trousers. We have the coats and the boots. And then we have some lunch for them, and in the end we try to play some games with them and to do some funny activities, and the bus came to take them home.
The kindergarten in Fusha Kosova has become so popular that the 2 downstairs classrooms are each used in 2 shifts, a morning shift and an afternoon shift, with different children at each. The kindergarten fulfills a vital role for the local community as part of the process of normalising school attendance for the children.
The benefits are very huge compared to what we can think in the first thought that we have. Here in this community, they didn't have a kindergarten, and the very first time that they were going to school, the children started to cry and not knowing how it is to be part of a class. And now, having a kindergarten here, children are being more acceptable for the school environment. So they are learning that here in kindergarten that they have to be part of a class, and that is helping them when they are going to be in the primary school. They are learning much more here, and they are being more prepared for the school when they are attending the kindergarten here.
The Ideas Partnerships charity is always evolving and coming up with new initiatives. The kindergarten staff have their own hopes and plans for the future and the development of their department.
Yes, we have talked a lot about what we can do in the future, and what we need most is to have our own space as environment, because we need to have much more space here. A class when the children can eat, and we would need a kitchen too, because the number of the children is growing up, so even probably with the time we can have a better food for them, so we need a kitchen and a place when they can eat. We talked about having a much bigger kindergarten, that we are working on it. I think that in spring we will plant with grass, and we have a better place to play.
It's particularly lovely to end on that image of the soil waiting for the seeds, especially now that we've got Mike with us. Mike's on a team of 6 of you, who came out. And Mike is a gardener professionally, and the team came out with seeds and with paintbrushes and with mussels and spent 5 days just transforming that space, that mud that you just saw in that last image. If any of you are on Facebook and have seen pictures of the what it looks like now, it is joyous.
You'll see it later.
Right, so keep that image in mind. Keep the image of that man there in mind. Put the two together and you'll see what happens. So that's another wonderful, and the sort of bubbles of energy from those children in the video are really great to see. Are there any sort of questions or comments either to us here or to Arta, who we've got in the office in Pristina at the moment, about what you saw? Well, again, we can move on. There's going to be plenty of time. We've got lunch, we've got the afternoon, and we can, maybe when we put them all together, then we will use it for people are prompted to say. Arta, is there anything else you want to say? The star of the movie.
Thank all the people who are there. Probably some of them I met the month before, so I just want to say hello and to say thank you for your support to our children and to our kindergarten.
Thanks, Arta, and that goes for a lot of you, even who weren't there in the gardens, but who felt in all kinds of ways. Alexander's church in Clevedon actually raised money for the centre in January that's enabled us to keep paying the rent there and enable us to have that kindergarten every day now.